Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amira Afika binti Yaakob, matric number 1812298. Today I'm going to present my proposal, which is social media as one of the factors of motivation among youth to travel to Langkawi Island during pandemic COVID-19. Before we go further, this is an overview of my presentation, starting with background of study, followed by research question and research objective, significance of study, research framework, and lastly is target respondents. So moving on to the background of study. So basically, due to the restriction of movement control order by government of Malaysia, the number of tourist arrival in Malaysia are declining. So social media plays important role to boost domestic tourism in Malaysia. This can relate to the SDG 9, which is industry, innovation and infrastructure, because it can build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and also sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. For the research problems, there are two. The first one is limited research and the second one limited sources. This is occur when I cannot go to the site visit and find the respondent face to face, and I just distribute the questionnaire through online platform. And for the scope of study, I will focus on the domestic tourism, motivation to travel, and also implication of social media in order to boost tourism industry. Next is the statistic tourist arrival in Malaysia and also in Langkawi Island. As we can see that there are a huge declining in number of tourist arrival in Langkawi Island from 2007 to 2020. This percentage is from Langkawi Development Authority. Next, moving on to the research question. There are three. The first one is, what is the role of social media in tourism industry? The second one is, what is the factors affecting mode choice of traveling during COVID-19? And the last one is, what is the sources of information used to decide the travel motivation? And for the research objective, there are three also. The first one is to understand the full extent of the role of social media in tourism industry. The second one is to investigate the factors affecting mood choice of traveling during COVID-19. And the last one is to determine the sources of information used to decide the travel motivation. Next, significance of study. The first one is academic. The analysis can be the references for future researcher. And the second one is tourism industry. Of course, it can be, this study will improve the condition of the tourism in order to boost domestic tourism. Next is a problem statement. There are three. The first one is, policies and travel restriction implemented in several countries have influenced the perception of tourists during a pandemic or after the pandemic has ended. This is cited by Kusumaningrum and Wachuyuni in 2020. And the second one is stated by Swampang in 2020. Social media is becoming an important mechanism for the tourism industry due to its changing the way tourists are using social media sites to share their tourism experience with other friends on social networking sites, which affect tourist motivation. And the last one is, Langkawi Island saw a steep drop-off in arrival during 2020 due to pandemic COVID-19, stated by HTL in 2021. Moving on to the research framework, there are three variables, two independent variables and one dependent variable. The first independent variable is implication of social media, and the questionnaire is adapted from Guru Raja in 2015. The second independent variables is pandemic COVID-19. The questionnaire is adapted from Abdullah, Dais and Muli in 2020. And dependent variable is motivation to travel, where the questionnaire depth from Aziz and the year is not determined. And for the research design, I'm using quantitative, which is questionnaire, and I will distribute the questionnaire through using a Google form through online platform, and will analyze the data using SPSS software. Last but not least is the target respondent. My target respondent is among youth in Malaysia, and the population for the youth in Malaysia currently is 15,100,000 and 1,000. This is stated by Ministry of Youth and Sports. So the sample size become 271 respondent, which I calculate by using Rosoft calculator with margin 5% and confidence level 90%. However, due to the limited time, I will distribute the questionnaire within 30 respondents only. And the sampling technique, I will use the non-probability, which is convenience sampling. And I think that's all from me. Thank you.